My kidnapping experience on the 29th of November along hashtag Ugwugo Nike Opi Nsukka Road, Enugu State. I was kidnapped on the eve of the 29th of November 2025 at around 5 p.m., barely 100 meters away from the last police checkpoint before Ugwugo roundabout. That's if you're coming from Nsukka to Enugu. We were having a smooth journey when all of a sudden I heard heavy gunshots in front of me and at my back, causing the vehicle ahead of me to jam into each other. I immediately decelerated and instructed my colleague to run into the bush while I did same. I was running for my dear life heading to the Camp of Grace building close to the scene owned by Scripture Union when I heard a loud "He!" with a gun pointing towards me and the bearer telling me to lie down there. It was at this point that I took one heavy breath and resigned to fate. Few minutes later they came to me where I was lying, dragged me up, and that was the beginning of a 4-day nomadic lifestyle. There are 11 of them, all of Fulani origin. Tall and skinny, they have 4 AK-47 rifle, axe, hoe and machetes. Their commander, a mid-sized guy with so much authority in his voice, speaks good English, Pidgin, Fulani and Igbo. Their daily routine. They wake up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, pack their belongings, food, pot, plates and folded sack which they sleep on, and hand it over to the victims, then journey and settle before farmers arrive in their farms. At 8 p.m. in the evening we journey again to avoid track to the point where phone calls were made during the day. They offer one meal of either rice made with red oil, yam harvested in the bush with oil, or gari for drinking. These foods are offered once in a day. How they carried out subsequent operations while I was there. 2 attacks were launched while I was in there captive. This fateful day, we journeyed from a bush in Ogbik to Agu Opi. Then settled on a hilltop at Agu Opi, from where we heard sounds of moving vehicles on the road. The commander had a watch that beeps at every o'clock, so at 3 p.m. 8 of them left our hideout spot. At around 5 p.m. gunshots were heard and later at night victims were brought in, after which the long journeys begin. How to avoid being kidnapped, safety tips. The best time to use the Ugwugo Opi Nsukka Road is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is because there are lots of farmland close to the small bushes along the road, with 1 or 2 farms worked on. They position themselves along the road at distances enough to accommodate lots of vehicles, so while one is shooting in front, the other is shooting at the back. While they are positioned waiting to strike, their members are staged in the right side of the bush if you're coming from Nsukka, so when they strike, people who escape from their car and run into the bush for safety are ambushed and kidnapped.